I'd like to invite you to be part of the True Memories campaign. If you are a survivor or you are a supporter of a survivor who has recovered their memory, please join us. The True Memories campaign is basically people getting together to tell their story online, either through videos or on their social media. True Memory campaign is something that came to me when I was watching a podcast, but let me jump back first. After I recovered my memory when I was 42, I'm now 58, I just was adamant about letting the world know that these are real. And I had heard about the false memory, just heard about false memories in the past. I was in my 20s, late 20s, probably in the early 90s when it all blew up about false memories, and they were using it to support court cases of people who had been accused of sexual abuse. And I didn't think too much about it at the time because I didn't think it affected me. But in fact, when I remembered, now I knew that they are real and they're true memories. And I wanted to make sure I was an advocate for people who couldn't speak out or were afraid to speak out about this, or who were chastised for saying this and made to feel like they were crazy. So that's where it all started for me. Then in 2020, I published my memoir to tell my story. So I wanted to make sure it was getting out to the world. And then I started writing blogs and being on podcasts after that. So then in the intervening years, it's now 2024, and I'm listening to a podcast, and on it was somebody was being interviewed who was a proponent of the False Memory Syndrome Foundation, and has been an expert witness on court cases. And so she was interviewed, but she was given carte blanche to say whatever she wanted to say. And I felt like the host was not doing due diligence of kind of trying to get the other side of the story. And she was promoting or passing off information saying that, people with child sexual abuse and traumas like that, can have memories planted. But the truth is, we have these real memories. When I listened to that podcast, I just became so angry that this is still being thrown out there to the public, and people don't know any better who haven't had this experience, and they just hear it and believe it. So I wanted to make sure that this stops, and that we can finally, have those of us who have experienced it speak out and tell our stories. And I got together, I called up a few of my friends, Mary being one of them, who I know had also had recovered memories, and said, well, what are we going to do about this? And everybody jumped on board and said, let's start a campaign. So here we are. Since April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, that's why we're kicking it off in April, and we decided to start on April 2nd. If you're interested in participating, please contact either me or Mary